Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm back with another reaction video. This is LOWKEY's new song for Palestine. I'm really excited to react to it. It's called The Best of Us by LOWKEY featuring me, Khalil. By the way, I'm calling it a new song because it was actually released 4 months ago when I was still on my hiatus, so it's new to me but not necessarily new, if you know what I mean. By the way, if you're new here, thank you so much for stopping by. And without further ado, let's dive in.
There are currently 33 political prisoners for Palestine in UK jails, held without trial, accused of the compliment of trying to stop the Gaza genocide with their bare hands.
Oh, wait, hold on a second. So these aren't political prisoners in Israel. These are in UK, in jails in the UK. Okay, wow, wow, this is crazy. Also, can I just say, I love the way he said they're accused of the compliments of trying to stop the genocide with their bare hands, to show that you could call them terrorists, you could call them criminals, but trying to stop, even if they were actually trying to stop the genocide with their bare hands, it's not really a crime so much as it is a compliment, because it shows that they're actually the ones who are human, they still have their humanity, and you who are supporting the genocide are, well, let's just not say anything.
History will absolve you and condemn the courts. For our brothers and sisters behind the wall, for our sisters and brothers that gave their all, for our brothers and sisters behind the wall, for our sisters and brothers that gave their all, for our brothers and sisters behind the wall, for the aunties and uncles now facing court, for the mothers and fathers awaiting calls. You will liberate our soul, we will vindicate you all.
Through it all, you stood tall when cowards ran.
Seriously, isn't this like messed up? Isn't this messed up? You are carrying an old woman because she's supposed to be a terrorist. She's a terrorist. All right.
You refused to fall. You changed the world with your hands. You changed this world. Bless you.
You are the best of us, we wet for you, a symbol of collective love. The depths of you a special precious metal that will never rust. You bled for us, shed for us, blood, tears, sweat for us, forever trust. You know the hidden truth of what the terror does is very strange. Many say you're freer than the rest of us. Forget the judge you saw above the core, he could never touch. And this is why you sit inside and killers ride in limos, drive their militarized lives. Got the nerve to say they're civilized, the fire in your eyes, the reason our spirits didn't die. Their sinister crimes can't be legitimized by bitter lies. We kiss your hands, your love's a river to a distant land. No prison can hold you in history. Your decision stands, your key to the world with how deeply you felt. And energy and love they can't keep in a cell. There'll be space in the room when you're playing this tune, cause with your 2 hands you wrote your names on the moon. For our brothers and sisters behind the wall, for our sisters and brothers that gave their all, for our brothers and sisters behind the wall, for our sisters and brothers that gave their all, for our brothers and sisters behind the wall, for the aunties and uncles now facing court, for the mothers and fathers awaiting calls. You will liberate our soul, we will vindicate you all.
Through it all, you stood tall when cowards ran. You refused to fall. You changed the world with your hands. You changed this world. Bless you.
You are the best of us. When freedom comes, your souls they will never crush. You meant to us and mean to us a strength that can sever cuffs.
I love that. You are the best of us when freedom comes. I love that.
You are the best of us. When freedom comes, your souls they will never crush. You meant to us and mean to us a strength that can sever cuffs. I bet it does, I bet it will. A love they can never kill. You bailed for us and used your 2 hands to express your love. We look to you, learn from you how to refuse the servitude. You nurtured youth in truth that will emerge to soothe and nurture wounds. The kids will lead in synergy to victory. You'll live to see the prison keeps you physically, but spiritually you still are free. Tell the television terrorism's not a song or music. They just blew a baby to bits like he wasn't human. The criminals are not the ones saying stop the shooting. The criminals are the ones in the prosecution.
Thank you. The criminals are not the ones saying stop the shooting. The criminals are the ones in the prosecution. Succinct and very, very true. Thank you.
Terrorism's not a song or music. They just blew a baby to bits like he wasn't human. The criminals are not the ones saying stop the shooting. The criminals are the ones in the prosecution. Key to the world with how deeply you felt. And energy and love they can't keep in a cell. There'll be space in the room when you're playing this tune. Cause with your two hands you wrote your names on the moon.
This is my favorite line in the entire track. It's with your two hands you wrote your names on the moon. Right? With your two hands you wrote your names on the moon. Like it's etched, it's indelible, and throughout time your actions are going to be etched in the annals of history. Like it's going to be there what you did. Imprisoning you is not going to stop the fact that you actually fought for freedom. Imprisoning you is not going to change what you've done, and it's not going to automatically switch you to the wrong side of history, even if the oppressors, the prosecutors, the criminals are trying to make it seem as if you are on the wrong side of society or you're on the wrong side of truth right now.
For our brothers and sisters behind the wall. For our sisters and brothers that gave their all. For our brothers and sisters behind the wall. For our sisters and brothers that gave their all. For our brothers and sisters behind the wall. For the aunties and uncles now facing court. For the mothers and fathers awaiting calls. You will liberate our soul, we will vindicate you all.
I just want to say I love that this song is really about and is dedicated to the people who actually stood up and tried to do something about the genocide that has been going on. I love that the song is just talking about the braveness, the courage that their actions require. And despite the fact that they've become political prisoners, some people who've decided to be blind, who have decided to just be, let's just say blind in their hearts about the truth of the situation, those people might actually come across looking like they're wrong. But for anybody who can see the light, anybody who still has their moral compass intact, or if you have just a glimmer of morality inside you, then you will know that they are actually on the side of truth, and that, like he said, history will actually make things clear, and they'll be on the right side of history, and that's the fact. And I love that line, like he said, you wrote your names on the moon. Like I love, like you know the way they always say, you know how they talk about bad things that happened in the past, like maybe the Holocaust or things like that, and they say never again, and something like that is happening right now. Well, it's obvious that those people who used to say never again, who are not doing anything about what's happening right now, we're just talking, like talk is cheap, right? But these people like them, and people who, other people who are like activists and actually doing things to try to make things better, to try to stop the genocide, or to try to bring relief to the people who have been oppressed, people like them are actually the people who mean what they say when they say never again. They're actually people who actually mean it, whose actions are in alignment with their words, not like the rest of many of us in the world who just talk and we can't actually do anything. And just the fact that you're actually talking about, just the fact that you even feel a hatred for what's going on in your heart is good enough, like in this time and place. Unlike some people who they don't just, not that they don't know that what's going on is bad, but they actually come out and say horrible things like, oh, the people being oppressed are the people who are at fault, which is unbelievable. But yeah, I love that this is what the song is about, and I love that it's dedicated to them, and I love that it's just like he's putting it out there in the universe that they haven't been forgotten. Well, at the end of the day, I'm glad that there are actually people fighting for them to be released, unlike some places where you protest for the benefit of people for a good cause for whatever reason, and then you get arrested and nobody says anything, and it's as if you've been forgotten. It appears that some of those political prisoners have been released and some are still in jail. But it's not just that, it's that there are other people who have been protesting so that those political prisoners could be released. And some of those people protesting for the release of the political prisoners have also been arrested. And I heard about 86 of them. 86 people have been arrested. for protesting against the incarceration of those political prisoners, like those people who this song is apparently about. So that's a bit disheartening. It's really a bit disheartening. But I also heard that some of those people who were released have decided to take legal action against the UK system for neglect, medical neglect, and things of that sort during their incarceration. So hopefully, those people can, well, let's just say, I hope that legal action is going to chop their father, as we say here.
Through it all, you stood tall. When cowards ran, you refused to fall. You changed the world with your hands. You changed this world. Bless your hands.
I believe these are their faces. I think it's cool that they added their faces, minus the names and all of that we saw on the placards in the video. Anyway, I'm just going to stop on this note. Thank you so much for staying with me till the end of this video. I really enjoyed it, though it's very sobering. Thank you once more, and I will see you next time. Ciao.